Okay.
So
yes.
So 50 years ago, this garden formally opened, and so today, exactly 30th of August, we're celebrating. So this tour is going to take about 15 minutes or so,
Okay.
and we're going to get an overview of the garden. But today, because it's so busy today, we may have to skirt some areas where it's too packed with people.
That's it.
Yeah, James?
I do, yes. The golf course.
Big golf course. And before that,
Reservoir, wasn't it?
a forest.
Forest, yeah.
forest.
So we'll have pictures of those here. So you can see this is what it was like on the eastern side of the garden.
Oh, 37th
So you
Avenue.
can see where it was just
Grumble
trees,
Street.
forest, right?
Wow.
And that was what it was, right? And then, and here as well, this is on Granville Island there. You can see what it was like at the beginning of the 20th century.
Grumble Street.
Yeah, so when Vancouver became a city, they basically gave swaths of land, like lots of land, to CPR, the Canadian Pacific Railway, to entice them to come over all the way out west. So in order to do that, so part of the package was they're going to give all this land to the CPR, which they did. So anything from 16th Avenue and north was Vancouver. Anything south of them, the whole huge land, all the way almost towards the Fraser River, was all kind of given to CPR.
Oh wow, that's a
Right?
chunk
So
of land.
it's a huge chunk of land. So what they did was that in 1911, they wanted to develop this land. Right? What are they going to do? They're going to subdivide and sell and make big profits. But in order to do that, they decided to build a golf course, because obviously when you build a golf course, you're going to entice people, rich people with lots of money, who want to live close to the golf course.
Yes.
And it was a success.
Oh.
So they built the golf course, and they managed to attract lots of rich people from town, from Vancouver.
Shaughnessy, this area.
Shaughnessy
and still.
Kerrisdale, all this
Still,
area,
yes.
big lots. People who have money to build big mansions. So that's what happened. So it was a big success, right? So then, so there was a golf course here. Some pictures to show you here. Course, right?
Oh,
you can
that was
see
before.
the golf course that was here before, right? So golf course, and this is a golf house there, and all this was basically the greens.
So this is
the
Group
golf
Ventusa.
course. Yes.
That's a
So
good
this was a golf course before. It was a Shaughnessy Golf Club, and then so that was 1912 when it first started. Right. 50 years later, in 1960s, the lease 50-year lease became due, and the question is, what are we going to do with this? CPR wanted to subdivide the whole land and sell it as real estate. So fortunately for us at that time, the people of Vancouver decided no, they don't want to do that. They don't want to sell it off. They wanted to keep the green space. And so the decision was made to create a garden here.
So that's 50 years ago, around 50 years ago.
About 50 years ago, the 1960s, right? Fortunately, the people of Vancouver says, no, we don't want to sell the land. We want to keep the green space and create a garden, right? So it sold. CPR wanted $5 million for it, and it kind of went to and fro, and finally they settled on $3 million.
So this place?
This place is also $3 million now. $3 million nowadays won't get you anything here. Yes, but $3 million in those days by actual dollars here would be about $800 million. So this land is worth $800 million, and that's why they managed to buy it for $3 million in those days. The province contributed $1 million. The city contributed $1 million, and the third person was Mr. Van Dusen. Mr. Van Dusen made his fortune in forestry. So you've heard of Macmillan Brother, the forestry company? No?
No, I didn't know that. But now I know.
So he invested and was instrumental in doing forestry here, harvesting the trees. So he made huge fortune out of it.
Yes.
But he decided to contribute $1 million.
He have to
the
do.
He
have to do. He killed too many trees now.
maybe it's his way of retribution,
I think
right?
so.
But that was very good for him. So
Good,
I think
great.
that earned him a lot of brownie points, right? After cutting down those trees,
I know.
now he's
Beautiful.
reinvested
That's lovely.
into building the garden. So that's what, and then this garden was purchased in 1970s and opened in 1975. Right?
Okay.
More like
Around here.
Ontario, New York, those kind of areas. So that's more like that. This garden, this part of the garden is lovely in the winter.
Nothing in the winter.
No, it's lovely in the
Lovely in
winter
winter.
because
The color.
the
colorful,
colors,
yeah.
the plants,
I see.
it's very nice. Or early spring or spring because you have all those spring flowers, spring things
Okay.
coming up. So it's lovely there. Now, the next question I have for you guys is like, what is a garden? What to you, when you say garden, what do you see? What do you think? What makes a garden?
It's green. Lots of green. Lots of trees, flowers.
Flower?
Yes, greens, trees, flowers. Anything else?
A gardener.
Yeah, the
Someone
human,
has to clean up.
the human component of
Yes.
it to maintain. Now, what else?
What
Grass?
else?
Grass, yes, grass, yes.
Of course, some water feature.
Water,
For the
yes.
future.
So basically, you name all those features
Yes.
of what we think of when we think of the garden,
Uh-huh.
right? Plants, trees, grass, water, maybe some human involvement in the garden, maybe sculptures and
yes,
stuff like that.
sculpture.
So all of those things you will see in this garden.
I see.
So this garden is a botanical garden. So the difference between the botanical garden and the show garden is that with a botanical garden, our aim as well is to educate,
I see.
right? Educate to collect plants, right? So you'll find many rare species in this garden that you won't normally find elsewhere.
I see.
Some endangered species as well you will find, so that's our whole thing is to conserve it. Thank
I
you.
see. So compared with like other botanical garden around this area, this is the biggest one or?
This is one of the biggest botanical gardens here. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
BC.
The rest, there's not a lot of botanical gardens. The next one would be UBC, the
Okay.
University of BC
Yes.
has a lovely botanical garden
Okay.
as well. The rest of the gardens would be like Queen Elizabeth Garden,
Yes.
which is a show garden.
I see.
The Stanley Park
Stanley
is
Park.
a park, right?
Okay.
So it doesn't have that
Park.
botanical
I see.
aspect to it, right?
Okay.
So you'll see all of those features that you mentioned will be in this garden as well.
I see.
So when Bill Livingstone basically started, he was a superintendent of the garden. He was given the task of designing the garden.
Who the designer?
Bill Livingstone.
Bill Davidson. I
Yes.
don't know.
So he has a task of designing the garden. And when he did that,
Need a more passenger. They need a more
so he,
passenger.
he had a lot of help because he had the whole history of gardens
Yes.
in the world to kind of dig into, right?
I see.
So over here
Okay,
is
this
our
one.
sequoias.
Sequoia here.
Sequoia.
Baby.
Yeah, so sequoias are the biggest trees in the plant world.
Okay.
Biggest trees, not so much by the height,
Yeah.
but by the volume.
Volume,
By the
okay.
volume.
I see.
So these trees that you see here were basically they are very relatively more common in northern California,
Okay.
and so those trees were brought in from Montecito in North California.
Oh, are they from there?
As a 20 feet
Oh,
sapling,
wow.
right? And now you can imagine 50 years later how big they have
Yeah.
grown. Right? So they are really majestic trees, very beautiful trees, and the biggest trees by volume in
I
the
see.
plant world.
I see.
And that is my dedicated tree to my mother.
Oh, really? Eh?
Congratulations!
That's
You chose a cherry.
lovely.
You chose a cherry
这个
blossom.
cherry tree 是他妈妈的名字挂在上面
So-
每个人可以捐，对不对？ It's like
Yes, correct.
You can donate to some tree in his
Correct.
pocket. Your name there to memorize someone you love. So
And
that's
a
wonderful. His mom,
That's a
Jen.
great idea, and we stop right in front.
Thank you so much. much let us know there. Awesome.
Yes.
Appreciate.
Yes.
Oh, my
Because
pleasure.
we really enjoy this cherry tree. I remember that they're white color.
Yeah, white color.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's beautiful. they
Cherry
are.
blossoms is amazing. In
I know,
May,
wonderful.
right? Yeah.
That's lovely.
So now,
And I love this garden here too, like this old perennial garden.
So-
Is it perennial?
so this is our wedding areas,
Yes.
right?
I
The
see.
garden has like 4 wedding areas. So if you're getting married, you can just kind of do your wedding here, for example.
I see.
And so this area is also, you can see lots of flowers
Yes.
and lots of annuals, right?
Yeah.
Annuals of flowers that
Yes.
will bloom once.
I see.
And but because this is going to be our wedding area,
Mm-hmm.
so the gardeners planted a lot of colors and flowers and stuff like that because basically the wedding
gonna be
guests wants to have flowers and stuff like that for photo opportunities, right? So this is a bit of an exception because we want to please the wedding guests.
Yes.
And the weddings obviously is an income, is a source of income for the garden.
How much start with it?
Right? Sorry?
How much start with the wedding here?
How? Okay.
You have idea?
Are you planning to get married?
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
For his children, for children.
But you can always do like 50th anniversary.
Ah,
I think
yes.
it's
Oh,
good-
look at
good
how
option
beautiful.
here.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I need to find that out. So all this section here.
Spring too.
In the spring as well because of light green.
Light
color,
green
right?
color,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
beautiful. Look at
It's
this.
our Japanese collection.
But
Those Japanese maples have been cultivated, have been engineered for years and years, and it's amazing how many different kind of
Yes.
shapes,
Yeah.
leaves, colors, textures that you can find in Japanese maples. And like here, this is also our maple patch here. Or maple patch, but those are not Japanese, obviously, but still those are just basically maples from all over the world. Here, the endemic one, we do have 2 maples in BC. One is a big leaf maple, and the other one is a vine maple, and they grow quite well in our forest. We do have 2 sugar maple trees in the garden,
Oh, they do produce.
but they don't. They don't.
Wrong climate.
Wrong climate.
Wrong
they
climate. Oh.
They need the cold of Quebec and Ontario to produce that sap, right? So we don't have those ideal conditions.
I see. So, but
Unfortunately.
what they look like? What they look
They,
like?
they are
different-
very similar
Like
to those trees.
Okay.
For example, like this one.
Okay.
Which
Can you know which one is the produce sugar one? Which is
they
maple?
are not.
No,
in
not here.
They're in a different part of the garden.
Oh, see.
This part of the garden
Yes.
is called the BC Habitat Garden.
Oh, okay.
Usually would go in here, but because of the time constraints,
I see. So we cannot do it
not
today.
going to, not going to do it today. Ideally, in a group like where there are a lot of foreigners, I usually like to talk about the BC temperate forest because they're quite unique. And for visitors who haven't been to BC before, it's interesting. It's very ironic that this was a forest before I showed you the picture
Yes,
of
you
the
did.
forest. Okay. I showed you the picture of the forest, right? So the forest was destroyed to accommodate the golf course.
Okay.
And now
Now it's
we're
back.
replanting the forest again.
I see. So
to
this
try to
So new
recreate,
forest,
to try to recreate the same forest that
I
was here
see.
before.
I see.
Okay, so it's a bit of an irony
There's a
as
couple
well.
of totem poles in here.
Yes, there's a couple of totem poles
I
in
see.
there.
They're the
which
same
were-
ones that were.
Correct, it's the same one that
Same
is in the
ones.
picture.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's kind of it's an irony. We cut down the forest, we made the golf course, and we're trying to rebuild to recreate the temporary rainforest. So in the temporary rainforest, we have a couple of stars. We have a few stars that stand out, right? One of them is the cedar tree.
Orange.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes, so that's a bit of a special cedar tree. Normally we don't have this candelabra, so we call it our candelabra tree.
Say that
Normally
again.
they don't have
Sorry.
this,
Yeah.
candelabra tree. They're usually more straight, right? So we think what happened was that something must have happened at the top, causing the cedar tree to diverge like that. It's not common to see
I thought this is
candelabras
special.
like that.
I thought
Very
it's-
true.
oh, I see.
Now people often ask is how old is the tree?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay.
But most likely based on the size of it,
Mhm.
it must have been here even before the
The
golf
garden.
course.
Oh,
And
wow,
they
wow.
spared this tree,
Okay.
kept it like that because it's such a beautiful tree.
Yes, this is
Now, the cedar tree
cedar.
in the First Nations tradition, they call it the tree of life.
Oh, tree of life.
Yeah, the tree of life because it provided everything from cradle to coffin. Right? The cedar has got this chemical in its wood which makes it impervious to rotting. It doesn't make it impervious, but it slows down the rotting process. So that's a big quality in the wood.
I
So
see.
that's why even nowadays we should use the wood as wood shingles for the roofs. We use it as wood planks. The garden furniture often
Yes,
we use that
cedar.
because it doesn't rot.
I see.
Right? But for our First Nations, it was important for the totem poles, it was important for the canoes,
Yes.
and also the bark of the cedar tree also provides clothing. So they would go around and they would pick a cedar
bark.
tree that is not too big,
Uh-huh.
and they will basically trim the 1/3 of the circumference of the cedar tree,
I see.
and they would peel the
yeah.
cedar tree, and
I
it will
see.
come up with long fibers
I
like that,
see.
and then they process the fibers and make it into cloth,
I see.
right? So that's very important. And they would only pick 1/3 of the circumference because they want the tree to survive. If you try to harvest
all.
any more than that, the tree would likely die. So they wanted to conserve it. They would make a prayer to the tree for thanking the tree for giving them clothing.
To use it.
So and then they strip that, they process it.
I see.
Not only that, the leaves,
Yeah.
they also make it into medicine.
Oh,
Right? They
okay.
make it into a concoction there and use it as a medicine. People say that when the first Europeans came to this coast, a lot of them had scurvy, which is the vitamin C deficiency. They was fed a broth made out of cedar leaves, and that cured the scurvy.
Oh, wow.
So that's why, and apparently from then onwards, they make sure they have a lot of cedar leaves on board the ship to prevent the scurvy. So very important tree,
For
both
them, yeah, special for them.
from a cultural point of view,
I see.
from a horticultural point of view as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maureen. What are you doing?
Maureen! Maureen! Maureen!
Maureen. 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 他太太在那里。Want a free ride?
No space.
No space. Right. I see. That's lovely.
So we're now entering so as a botanical garden, we
Yeah.
have collections, right? So this is our Sino-Himalayan collection. So yeah, Sino-Himalayan collection. Why Sino-Himalayan collection? So when the Europeans first started to kind of explore the world, with the naval, with the ships and stuff like that, one of the things that they wanted to do was they wanted to bring plants back to Europe. And plants for food, for example, tomatoes came from basically the Americas. Potatoes came from the Americas as well. They were all brought to Europe as a source of food.
Okay.
The other thing as well as a source of medicine, because there's a lot of plants that have medicinal values. So they wanted to learn about the plants, see what they can do, what kind of juice they can make out of it. The other thing that they can do as well is also as a cooling interest, because they have beautiful plants and beautiful flowers, interesting flowers that was never done before. And why the Sino-Himalayan areas is because they have similar growing conditions as Europe does.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can take a plant from China, for example, you can grow it in Europe as well without too much difficulties.
I see.
Now, that's different when the modern technology, they have greenhouses and stuff like that, then they can grow plants anywhere.
Yes.
Right? So that's that. So now, as I said, we entered the Sino-Himalayan area here. And yes, so ginkgo tree.
Ginkgo. What's ginkgo coming from?
Ginkgo tree.
银杏
This is ginkgo.
Yeah, king.
Which one is the ginkgo tree?
This one.
We can tell this
Huh?
one and that one, both of them. This one, yes. That one, yes.
How come?
How come? This is
But
but the leaf.
they're
Yeah.
not the same, or this same
This
tree?
is a different size.
This is a straight one, this is a curved one.
Yeah. What's it? Why?
So this is a variant.
This is
Very.
Variant.
variant.
Yeah, it's normally the ginkgo trees that we know of is nice and straight,
Okay.
but
Oh.
in nature often we have variants, so which is a little bit different. This one is more
Perfect.
shallow.
It's more branch.
It's more branch, it's more
It's
shallow,
bigger too.
and not so much bigger as it's kind of it's shorter and branch, right? So what do you mean by a fossil tree?
Make it long life.
It's been here a long time.
It's been here a long time. It's ancient, as you say.
Ancient, yeah.
The reason we know that is because from the fossils that we have in the rocks,
Yes.
we see that they have identical trees that was
Oh.
growing in basically millenniums ago, and we can see that it's been basically survived all these
I
years.
see.
Maybe because of that as well. This is a very popular tree in North American cities and European cities as well.
Really?
Because of the straight thing, and because they're able to tolerate pollution. Because I imagine in the dinosaur ages there must have been a lot of pollution around, so they were able to survive pollution, and it's a relatively easy tree to maintain. That's why it's very popular in North American cities. But they only tend to grow male plants because the male plant does not produce fruits, and because the fruits apparently smells a bit like skunk.
Yeah, I heard
So
that.
yeah, and apparently it's messy when it falls around, stuff like that. So they only tend to male plants,
Male plant. I
right?
see.
So that's a very amazing tree, very interesting. Okay, and so that you can get the water for it. But if you come in December, January, February, those are Chinese witch hazel.
Oh, people.
Yeah, they have bare branches, and on those branches you have a lot of tiny little yellow flowers, and they have an amazing spicy fragrance to them. And it's just basically wonderful just to walk around this in winter and can smell the spiciness. Sounds like Cuban music there.
Yes. Cuba, right? It's a really good band though.
Yeah,
Sounds really good.
Yeah.
Very happy. Is that music all day long today already?
Yes, all day long. But different bands, different.
Nice.
Thank you.
This is the last one.
This is the last one?
It's
Oh,
called
it's nice.
rumba something.
Yeah. It's nice we can hear the music and listen to you. And look at the place.
It's kind of very the surprise to see
How
a
can this
palm tree in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yes, but apparently this palm, the winter palm, is the one that survives up to our altitude, right?
It's still
They
survive.
don't. Yes, they
But it's
survive.
brown.
Sorry.
It's still brown right now.
Yeah,
This
it's brown.
tree. It's
This
brown.
one we have to put cloth around the head of the palm tree. But this is the northernmost area where you can still see a palm tree.
I see. So it's the northernest one. Wow. 最北的一棵 palm tree.
Yeah.
Very good.
Now I want to show you very
Bark.
close.
Very
Yeah.
thick.
So,
Okay.
It has the pine cone looks like that.
The pine cones look like that, right?
What's the name of that tree again?
Douglas fir.
Douglas fir. Okay, Douglas fir.
That is also a very important tree in our forest. In the old days, it used to be harvested a lot for the straightness of the trunk, for ship mast, right? Because it's strong and it's straight and tall, right? So they used to harvest that a lot for ship mast, and also the First Nations use it for different uses of the wood as well. Now you can also see how the bark is so thick. The one in the middle there is very, very thick.
Yes.
So the thick bark helps to protect them against fires, small fires, right? So if it's small fire, they may even be able to survive it, right? Because of thick bark. So there's a story, Mother Mouse. You know, Mother Mouse knows that, right? That the Douglas fir can survive fires sometimes, right? So Mother Mouse tells all the mice, so listen carefully, all of you. If there should be a fire one of these days, you're going to go to Mr. Douglas fir and ask for his help, because he can help in fires, right? And sure, one day there's a big fire, and the mice went scurrying around. Oh gosh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're all going to die, right? And then they remembered Mother Mouse telling them, go to Mr. Douglas fir.
Okay.
So they go to Mr. Douglas fir and say, Mr. Douglas fir, please save us. And Mr. Douglas fir say, what did he do? He says, okay, I will save you guys. All you're going to have to do, you're going to hide in my cones. Okay, I just open up the cones and you're all going to go beneath my cones, and I'm going to save you. So look, you see the mice, the 2 feet in the tail.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's so
Yeah.
cute. What a story.
Yeah, you can see those
That's
little
so
things.
Cute. Yes, that's little mice.
Yeah.
So hiding there.
When you
underneath the
see,
pond.
so it looks like a Douglas fir. But if you're not 100% sure, under the tree you look for the cones, and you see those cones. Oh yes,
Yes,
it
yes,
is.
definitely
it is.
Douglas fir. Okay.
Oh,
Right? So you've already met 2 of our biggies in the forest, the cedar tree,
Cedar tree
and the Douglas fir.
Okay. That's
There's a few other ones, but we may not have the time to.
That's okay. We'll
go
see whatever
through.
we can do.
Oh, it's actually technically we started late, so we'll go a little bit over time.
okay.
Sure.
So, but we have to.
How you doing?
Hey,
That was a delicious dinner.
it was, yeah. We had a 50th anniversary dinner at the restaurant
Oh,
weeks ago.
And it
we
was
sat at the same
delicious.
table
Yeah,
as
we
these
sat at
two
the same
that's so
table.
lovely.
Yeah. Good to see you.
6-course meal.
Oh wow! So
well, 6 course.
it's a reducing Shaughnessy restaurant.
Shaughnessy restaurant.
Oh, there's a one. They are wonderful. They're wonderful.
So we're coming up to our food garden. Food.
Oh, food.
Forgot.
So, we think the first gardens in the world that humans started was likely a food garden, because instead of scavenging and hunting, they decided they're going to start planting their own food, right? So they probably planted food, and they probably had an enclosure around the food, right? So that was likely our first gardens, right? Hi. So you can see where we also had kind of built those planters that is raised, so that if you have any kind of handicap, you can't bend down and stuff like that, you could still have a garden, and just all you have to do is lift the soil up to your level, right? Now, to the right of us, there's this tree there, and that tree, kind of weird looking tree there. Does anybody know, James, you know what's the name of the tree?
Monkey puzzle.
Yes. Why is it called a monkey puzzle tree?
Because it looks like monkey tails.
Oh, my
That's one theory. But the other theory is that it's so complicated that even a monkey can't figure out how to plant that tree. There's a monkey puzzle. A monkey puzzle too. It comes from Latin America, from Argentina and Chile. That's what it is. And on the right-hand side is our maize. You know, very popular among our
Get lost in it.
yeah, you can get lost in there.
Sunflowers over there.
Yes, the sunflowers over there.
There's a whole forest of monkey puzzle trees
Did you know
down
that?
in Chile, Argentina.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was, yeah.
Argentina.
So I'm going to stop for a couple of minutes here. So my question to you is, on the left-hand side,
Yeah.
is this a garden?
Rocky look like Japanese rock garden.
Yes, Japanese rock garden, right? But then it doesn't have any of the things you mentioned. It doesn't have plants, it doesn't have trees, it doesn't have, or maybe it's got a little of grass and moss, right? And no water, no nothing. So how come it's a garden?
Rock garden.
It is a rock garden,
rock
yes, because you guys are from that part of the world, so it's common to you, right?
Yeah.
But in 100 years ago, 200 years ago, the Europeans will look at this and say, well, this is not a garden
Okay.
because it's just rocks,
I see.
right? So the first curator of the garden, Roy Foster, actually went to China in the 1980-81, and that's when he got the idea of the rock garden. Beneath here used to be a reservoir. The reservoir The reservoir was meant to supply water for the golf course, but also for the area, for the Point Grey area. So you can see here where that was the reservoir right underneath
Right
us
here.
there, because it's a bit on the higher point. This is the second highest point from Queen Elizabeth Garden. This is the highest point, Little Mountain we call it. This is the second highest point. I guess it's higher, so the reservoir, and then the water will just flow easier that way, right? You can see the arches, the water, and then there was a roof on top.
Okay.
So when the garden was built, there was no need for this garden anymore, for this reservoir anymore, because Vancouver took over, and we had the reservoir on the offshore. We no longer needed this reservoir, so it decided to cover this the roof of the area. Initially, we were going to put soil on it and plants on it, but we realized that the weight of the soil and plants the roof will not be able to hold the amount of weight there. So instead, when Roy Foster went to China, actually, he decided to have this idea of the rock gardens, right? And those are light volcanic rocks. And so in Asian gardens, everything is very symbolic. Right? The rocks stand for mountains, the little patch of grass there stand for islands, and the stones. Although there's no water here, it symbolizes water.
Wave?
Right, the waves,
Wave,
right?
right.
The waves tell you the water is there. So in a way, it's still there. The elements of the garden that we mentioned is still there. We have the mountains, we have the water, we have the waves, we have the islands.
Yes.
And in the Asian folklore as well, the islands are homes to gods, and and in Shinto culture in Japan, rocks also are meant to have, they are spirits that inhabit the rocks, right?
Yes.
And I know in China, for example, those rocks that are very weird, abstract shape can fetch thousands of dollars, right? Because they're beautiful in some form, right? So this is a form of the Kari Sansui. In Japanese, it's the dry landscape, and also the interesting thing about for the Japanese, the first treatise on gardening is not called trees or plants, where to grow plants or whatever. It's called the placement of rocks. How to place rocks, where to place it, and how to place it. So that's where that's where it all comes there, right? There is another kind of Japanese landscape garden. That one, if you've been there before, the Nitobe Gardens. The Nitobe Gardens is different style. It's a promenade garden. It's basically you go and you walk, you enjoy the water, the maple trees, the flowers, and that kind of stuff. That's a promenade garden, a different style of Japanese garden. The other garden which I like is a Chinese garden in Chinatown. That as well is a very different kind of garden, very city garden, and that also is also amazing and also very beautiful to go. Right?
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah. There was. We're not going to get out here, but we have a small pot of lotus flowers. Oh, you can see where the
lotus.
it was,
Yeah.
the lotus flame was there. So that's the lotus pods, right? So a month ago we had the flower, and it was very popular. A lot of Asians came around looking for the lotus flowers because it doesn't grow here. So we have to put it in pots, and the winter time we have to bring it back into the greenhouse because it doesn't survive our winters here, right? So that's there, and because we have to walk over there, but and because of time's sake, we're going to skip that. And I'm sure you've seen lots of lotus flowers.
Yes.
I saw people bring a dog. Is it allowed to bring a dog to the garden?
Sorry?
I see there's a dog. There's dog in the stroller. Is it allowed to bring a dog?
I don't think so. I think they must have
Suck it in.
snuck it in.
I know.
And there was a baby or something in the stroller.
They have a dog. Yes.
So over here
Yes.
is our azaleas and rhododendrons.
Azaleas.
Those are beautiful in May. In May, June, they are at the best in that kind of and the Pacific Northwest, this area is well known for our rhododendron farms. Now the other meditation garden is this garden here.
Meditation. Oh, I see.
Oh, 气焰.
What's a tree in the middle? That's the Douglas fir?
The Douglas fir, correct. Wow. Go to the top of the class.
I get a prize.
Yes, go to the top of the class. 100 out of 100. So this is called Tianyuan, right?
Oh.
Yeah, Tian, and then the sin at the bottom, right? Tianyuan. So it's also, we call it the meditation garden.
Okay.
So it's a different style as well. So I like this garden because it is really very, I would say, plain in a way, because you just have this stand of those Douglas firs, and then you have a rock in the middle, and a little bit of moss in the ground, but very few flowers. Maybe in the spring you might get a bit of azalea flowers. That brings it a shot of color, but it's a very peaceful, very quiet place. And one of these days I'm going to bring my yoga mat. And I'm going to do yoga.
Oh.
I want to bring my.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, because it's so peaceful and
Yes,
calming here,
yes.
right? So if you have the time later
Bring the
on or
yoga back.
in the future,
Okay.
come back and
Okay.
have a look at it.
Lovely.
Just spend a few minutes here. You can feel the calmness and the Zen atmosphere.
Then, yes.
Acres of the garden that we have, there's only 7 gardeners. Right? That's not much.
No.
So we employ those giants who work here, and when they have their break,
Yeah.
they come and relax in our chairs there,
Oh
right?
my God! Now I know why.
Yes. Now you know why they're so big.
It's so big chair.
Yes.
Don't ever make them angry.
Yes. So it's actually, this is a very classic design for in North America when you have a cottage. This is called the Adirondack chairs. You see them all around when you have cottages and the patio and the docks.
It's actually really nice, and I'll show you. Like,
Very colorful, and the size and everything.
No more Korean temple.
we're only skirted the outside of the garden, like on the rim of the garden. Obviously, there's lots more to see there. So if you like roses, we have a beautiful rose garden. The other garden which I would recommend is a black and gold garden.
Okay.
So that one is always beautiful any time of the year. Look at that because it's all about it's more about leaves, the texture of leaves, the color of the leaves. There's not a lot of flowers. You know, again, from we were talking about flowers, and this is a garden. This is
The walking.
this is a walking tour. Yes.
Kind of a fun one. Some people have conjectured, and they're apparently completely wrong. So this is a back again. Some people have
This
conjectured
is our special cedar tree,
sacred
right?
trees.
Yes, no.
And it goes left.
So we go back to our DC forest again. Those are salad bushes on the left. Yeah. Those are for the temperate forest. Yeah, one of the distinguishing features is that there's a lot of undergrowth, right? So there's this layer, the top layer, the middle layer, the bottom layer. And for a temperate rainforest, because after all we are in a rainforest, for those of us who live here, we know there's 1,000 millimeters of millimeters of rain annually here, so lots of rain. And the interesting thing about our temperate rainforest is that there's a lot more conifers than deciduous trees. In other parts of the world, like in Scandinavia, for example, they have a temperate rainforest as well. But ours tend to have more conifers because our dry hot summers, they don't tend to promote deciduous trees to grow. Hence the reason why the deciduous trees don't grow as well. So a lot of the time we have the conifers, we have the Douglas firs, we talk about that, we talk about the cedars, there's pine trees, there's spruces, there's all those kind of different kinds, right? And hemlocks, go ahead, hemlocks is a big one. And those are Canadian trees. We don't like them here because they're pests. They poop all over the place.
They used to fly south for the winter, but now they just stay.
They don't really? They stay?
Yes, the residents have too much food for them here.
I see. So they can stay all year round.
Yes. Yeah. So
Come back.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then I want to do activities for
Canada Goose Brigade. So in order to try to maintain the population around, so they go around looking for the nest. And what they do is they take the eggs and they shake them,
Oh,
right? Kill the egg and they put it back in the nest.
oh,
So the mother goose
Yeah.
still kind of incubates an egg, incubates an egg. Because if we just take away the eggs, the likelihood is it would reproduce again, more eggs again. So that way is we're trying to fool the mother goose and think that the eggs are still viable.
I see. So they are all in this garden. You think they moved somewhere else?
They probably
wonder
fly because they fly, right?
Yes.
But
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure they probably enjoy the garden just as much as we do.
I see. Yes.
Cooler, definitely cooler here, right? More shade. And you can see how the trees and the shrubs are so important to guard against the because Oak Street is just beside us.
Yes.
So then you try to shade from the noise and from the Oak Street.